once upon a time, nestled between hills that cradled secrets as old as time itself, there existed a small cottage. It wasn't just any cottage. Its windows were like watchful eyes, silently observing the passage of time and the ebb and flow of life. The cottage was steeped in history, its very foundation echoing with the whispers of generations past. One crisp autumn afternoon, as the leaves danced in hues of crimson and gold, a young woman named Sarah found herself drawn to this mystical abode. Sarah, with her heart full of dreams and her mind brimming with curiosity, had always felt a deep connection to the whispers of the ancient world. The allure of the old cottage was like a siren's call, beckoning her to uncover the mysteries that lay within its weathered walls. As she approached the cottage, she noticed an old wooden sign hanging crookedly above the door. It simply read, "Beware," sending a shiver down her spine that was equal parts excitement and apprehension. Taking a deep breath to steady her nerves, Sarah reached out and knocked timidly on the door. In that moment, as the sound echoed through the stillness of the afternoon, she had no way of knowing that her life was about to take a turn that transcended the boundaries of the ordinary. The moment her knuckles made contact with the weathered wood, the door creaked open as if beckoning her inside, and standing before her was an old woman whose presence seemed to radiate an otherworldly charm. Her eyes, which twinkled with an ageless wisdom, held the depth of countless stories waiting to be told. A warm smile played on her lips, lines etched around it, telling tales of a life well lived. The old woman's attire was simple yet elegant, and a silver pendant that rested against her chest seemed to catch the sunlight, hinting at a connection to the mystical realms. With a gentle nod, she invited Sarah inside, and the young woman stepped cautiously into the unknown. Inside, the cottage was like a portal to another era. The walls were adorned with antique furnishings and trinkets that hinted at a rich history. Sunlight streamed through stained glass windows, painting the floor with shards of colored light. In the corner, an old grandfather clock ticked softly, marking the passage of time with an air of timeless grace. Yet despite the sense of age that permeated the cottage, it felt strangely alive, as if the very walls were humming with a vibrant energy. Everywhere Sarah looked, she saw objects that seemed to hold more than just material value. An ornately carved wooden box on a table radiated a subtle power, while a crystal ball resting on a shelf shimmered as if reflecting a hidden world. The old woman, sensing Sarah's wonder, smiled knowingly. With a wave of her hand, she indicated for Sarah to approach the hearth, where an inviting fire crackled merrily, casting dancing shadows on the walls. Sarah sat down on a nearby chair, its velvet upholstery soft beneath her touch. As the fire crackled, filling the room with its warmth, the old woman took a seat opposite her. The silence between them was comfortable, allowing Sarah to gather her thoughts before embarking on the journey of questions. Taking a deep breath, Sarah began to speak, her voice echoing in the stillness of the room. "I have journeyed far, seeking answers to questions that have echoed in my soul," she began, her words carrying the weight of her unspoken thoughts. "I have delved into ancient texts, yet their wisdom has sometimes felt distant and elusive. I have sought out the guidance of mentors, but their teachings have not resonated with the depths of my being. My heart yearns for a deeper understanding, for a connection to the wisdom of ages past." The old woman listened intently, her gaze unwavering as if peering into the very core of Sarah's being. When Sarah finished speaking, a knowing smile touched the old woman's lips. "Your journey is a testament to the universal longing for wisdom and enlightenment," she said. her voice resonating with an otherworldly charm. And it is within this humble cottage that I shall guide you towards the answers you seek. But know this, child, the path to enlightenment is a winding one, filled with twists and turns that challenge the very core of your being. Are you prepared to face the shadows within yourself and emerge transformed? Her words hung in the air, a mixture of encouragement and challenge, urging Sarah to delve deeper into the mysteries that awaited. Sarah's gaze, determined and resolute, met the old woman's unwavering stare. "I am ready," she whispered, her voice echoing with newfound strength. "I am ready to face my shadows, to confront my fears, and to emerge from this journey with a deeper understanding of myself and the universe we inhabit." The old woman nodded, her smile widening, revealing eyes that twinkled with an ancient light. "Then, let us begin," she said, rising from her seat with an unexpected agility. "Within these four walls, we shall unravel the secrets of existence, exploring the depths of your soul and the boundless wisdom that lies dormant within." Rising gracefully, Sarah followed the old woman as she moved with an ethereal lightness that defied her years. Together, they stepped into a realm where time seemed to stand still, and the boundaries between the physical and spiritual realms blurred. In that moment, Sarah knew that her life would never be the same. The old woman, with a knowing smile, led Sarah through a labyrinth of interconnected rooms, each holding its own unique charm and secrets. They entered a library where towering bookshelves seemed to reach for the heavens, their shelves laden with ancient volumes, bound in leather and adorned with mystical symbols. In the center of the room, a large oak table held a collection of peculiar instruments, their purposes veiled in enigma. Next, they came upon a conservatory filled with exotic plants, whose leaves shimmered with an otherworldly glow. Strange herbs hung from the ceiling, releasing their intoxicating aromas into the air. The old woman explained that these were not just ordinary plants, but conduits to other realms of existence. As they ventured deeper into the cottage, they encountered curious contraptions and devices that seemed to defy the laws of physics. Gears rotated mysteriously, and strange lights emanated from orbs suspended in midair. The old woman, with an air of mystery, revealed that these were tools used to harness the energies of the cosmos, allowing one to tap into the infinite wisdom of the universe. Finally, they arrived in a room unlike any Sarah had ever seen before. At its center was a large crystal monolith that hummed with an otherworldly energy, its surface swirling with celestial patterns. The old woman explained that this was the heart of the cottage, a nexus of spiritual power that amplified thoughts and emotions. As Sarah approached the monolith, she felt a surge of energy course through her veins, awakening dormant powers within her soul. The old woman, her voice echoing with wisdom, began to speak. "Within this sanctuary, we have delved into the realms of the arcane and uncovered the mysteries that weave the tapestry of existence." She gestured towards the crystal monolith, its energy pulsing with ancient power. "This is the culmination of our journey, the nexus where the veil between the material and spiritual realms is at its thinnest." Turning to Sarah, old woman's eyes twinkled with an otherworldly light. "Here, my child, you have the opportunity to delve even deeper, to unlock the hidden potential that lies within you." Sarah, her senses heightened, approached the crystal monolith, its energy enveloping her in a warm embrace. As she placed her hands on its surface, visions flooded her mind, connecting her to the vast consciousness of the universe. In that moment, She realized that she was not just a separate individual, but an integral part of a greater whole. The old woman's voice, resonant and clear, broke through Sarah's reverie. Now, my child, it is time to claim your destiny and embrace the gifts that await you. With a gentle touch, the old woman initiated a transfer of knowledge and power from herself to Sarah, infusing her with the essence of the cottage's ancient wisdom. As this transfer occurred, Sarah felt an overwhelming sense of connection to all living beings. She realized that she possessed the ability to heal, to guide, and to serve as a conduit between the spiritual and material realms. With newfound clarity, Sarah turned to the old woman, her heart brimming with gratitude. Thank you for showing me the hidden pathways of wisdom and empowering me with the gifts that I now possess, she whispered, her voice echoing with reverence. The old woman, her eyes twinkling with pride, smiled warmly at Sarah. You were always destined to walk this path, my child, she said softly. I merely served as a guide to help you recognize and embrace your true calling. As the first rays of dawn began to filter through the windows, the old woman knew that it was time for Sarah to return to the world, transformed and ready to embrace her destiny. Guiding Sarah to the door, the old woman paused, turning to face the rising sun. Remember, child, the wisdom and power you have gained here are not to be hoarded, but shared with those who seek enlightenment, she said, her voice echoing with the echoes of ages past. Go now and let your journey continue, forever connected to the timeless wisdom of this cottage. With a final wave, Sarah stepped out into the dawning world, forever changed by the secrets she now held within her soul. As the old cottage faded into the distance, Sarah knew that the adventure had just begun.